What's the haps? I'm Meroka, and welcome to Mini Metro! This, I think, is probably going to be the last in my PAX East stuffs. This actually, of all things, this actually wasn't one I actually played at PAX East. This is one that was at PAX East, but I have been playing it since PAX East, and it's kind of grabbed me in a weird kind of way. It's one of those games that's very, very satisfying to play. It's about managing a underground subway system kind of thing. It's kind of cool. I like what they've done with a lot of the stuff in it. It's still in early access, but already it's kind of got some interesting stuff. They got colorblind mode, which is very nice to see. There's night mode. I don't even know why that's there, but hey, there's night mode. One of the first languages on the list, Esperanto. Why is Esperanto in the game? I don't know, but I love it. That's fantastic. Nobody speaks Esperanto, but it's in the game. We got audio. There is no audio option at this moment in time. I don't think the audio's in the game yet, so I guess I'm going to put some kind of music in the background for you to listen to, because otherwise this is going to be a very, very bland video with just me talking. Nonetheless, let's get in, let's have a look at things. I like the way the interface is done. It's all done in a way a lot of those sort of kinetic typography music videos are kind of done. It's done in that kind of style, the way the screens sort of swirl around and move and stuff. I think this is a difficulty selection, but it's very minimalist through and through, so it's hard to tell. I presume Commuter is normal, Scenic is easy mode, and Rush Hour is crazy hardcore. I'll go with Commuter, go with standard, sure. The game throws you in by default. The game just starts. It doesn't even give you like options and stuff to begin with. It's one of those games that's just like, here, play. It's like, oh, okay. It starts with London, I think, is the one it begins. Sort of it's a bit of a more of a stylized version of that city, but nonetheless. So London's the one I've been playing, and then since I finished playing that, I found there's like a bunch of other ones I didn't even realize were initially there. So you got Paris, New York, Hong Kong, but I presume most of the noteworthy subway systems of the world. I suppose, to be fair, of all the ones in the world I'm actually most familiar with, because the only noteworthy one in the UK is London. I don't live in London. The only one in the world I'm actually particularly in any way noteworthy, the only noteworthy subway system I'm familiar with is actually Boston. So, hey guys, put Boston in there. That would be one I would be familiar with. So I don't really know any of these subway systems, so I don't know. Where looks interesting? I'm actually going to try Osaka. I don't know why, I fancy trying Osaka. So let's do that. So let us see Osaka City. So I presume this is roughly what the waterways of Osaka look like. And these are all our stations. They are just symbolized by things. So if I click on one and drag around, I can link the stations. And there we go. Boom. I now have one line with 3 stations on it. A triangle, a square, and a circle station. These little dots, symbols by the stations are the passengers. I have a feeling this system is going to need a lot of tunnels. Quite a lot of tunnels. Because the dotted bits are tunnels going under the water, and you have them as a resource. And your objective is to get these people to a station of the relevant symbol. I think in real life people might be trying to get somewhere specific, but this guy says, I'm happy to go to a triangle station. I'm not bothered where in the world it is, I just want to go to a triangle station. This guy wants to go to a square station. And it starts off fairly simple, just squares, circles, and triangles early on. It will get a lot more complex, but early on it's just kind of just easing you in a bit. So at the bottom I've got this dot. If I hover over that, that's going to bring up my resources. I've got 2 more trains to work with, and I'm allowed to build 3 more tunnels in this city. So if I wanted to add more capacity to this line, I could throw another train on there. I don't think that's likely to be an issue at this stage yet, but we shall see. If you grab the lines any way you like, you can sort of drag them around, move them around. I could link them to another station if I wanted, so that adds that station to the line. I should maybe be thinking about adding more lines, potentially, I don't know. One line is maybe not enough here. So I've got red, purple, and kind of a tealy blue kind of thing is the lines I've got to work with. So if I draw another line, they'll say, oh, here's your purple line. If I wanted to do that, if I press space, I can pause any time. Then if I want to do another one, it's like, oh, there's my teal line. I don't really... You know what, I might leave the purple one there, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll leave the purple one there for now. And these stations are going to keep popping up as demand increases. People are going to want to get to more places and more places and more places. And you must meet demand! It's mostly resource management, is what it is. And if a station has more than 6 people waiting at it, it is considered to be congested. And if a station is congested for too long, it will shut down and you will lose the game. So I think there are interchanges that you can get, which I think are basically a bigger station, which probably holds more people. That's what it visually appears to be on the map anyway. I've not made good use of any of those, to be honest, but I think you can get those. So I can add another line, so I guess we can have up to 7 lines total. I feel like juggling 7 lines total would just be absolutely crazy, but you can do it if you want. More carriages to add to the lines seems like probably the more likely thing you'd want to do. So if I hang fire, I'm going to pause the game. I don't like this red line so much anymore, so take that one off. Take that off there. I'll leave it down there, to be honest, because I can't find another good way to connect that to that. But what I want to do now is take, I want to take that blue line. There we go. So now we've got 3 different lines, different connections. If you end up putting too much on one line, it's just going to end up getting congested and closed. So there we go. Got a bit of a sort of a central kind of nexusy kind of thing. I could run all the stations through one central one, have a big central station, but you'd want an interchange on that to be able to cope with demand, I think. So if I bring time back in, I like that. I quite like it when management games are just like, you know what, you can just pause the game and figure things out at your leisure. There's a little bit more of a challenge, I suppose, to not pausing the game and trying to actually actively react on the fly. I did that with Prison Architect a lot, but to be able to just say, you know what, stop all things, let me do my management, and then resume. I don't know, that's nice. So I don't know which line I want to add that to. Ideally, I suppose that's kind of a bit weird way to do that, but red or purple would make more sense, but they've already got the most stuff on it. It's going to get a lot bigger yet, so let's add the red one onto it. So it starts out pretty slow. It's going to start out reasonably relaxed. At the end of each week, you get a bunch of new resources, as you've already seen, so you got your timer up there. Wednesday it's currently on. And at the end of the week, it'll say, okay, congratulations, you made it through another week. Here's a bunch more stuff to work with. So now how do I get to that? Well, hang on. If I take that red line off there and move that red line there, I can move the purple line onto that. That's fair enough, that's nicely balanced, roughly speaking. Of course, you can see the purple line doesn't connect to any square stations. As a matter of fact, I only have one square station. It's on the red line. I hadn't realised quite how unique that was, but if anybody anywhere in the city wants to get to the red square station, they have to go on the red line. So the purple's going to have to take the purple line to here, across there, and up to the red line. Or they could change it to blue. Either way, there's a few options there, but one way or another, they're going to have to make a bunch of changes. Oh, now you're awkward. God damn it, how do I connect to you? I could bring the red down. I could, in fact, bring the purple down. I probably will, actually. If I can grab that line, remove it from there. It's, to be fair, everything, it's a bit weird with a mouse, because I feel like everything was designed for a touch interface, and I believe this is on iPad kind of things. I think it's predominantly aimed at tablets, if I'm honest. But, because there's this weird kind of, if you grab the line and then drag it to the station and then off, that's how you remove it from the station. And that was like not terribly intuitive to begin with. But that's my red line now, so okay. I do feel like there's a lot of management. I mean, my first couple playthroughs I've just been like, I connect this to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. Oh god, I've lost. When I think if you sort of spend a lot of time managing the most optimal routes and figuring out exactly how much capacity needs to be on which lines, I think you'd probably have a lot more success. So this station's nearly congested, so I might want to consider adding something to that line. Oh, you're fun. So now we've got an entirely different type of station. We've got a, I don't know what you'd call it, a teardrop, a trivial pursuit station, I'm not sure what that is. Either way, I think it's likely to be the only one of its kind, and you'll occasionally get these popping up, so now I have, if anybody in the world wants to get to that, they're going to have to get on the purple line somewhere. So, it's very similar to the square. Again, the square, I don't know why that's so unique. I've not seen it be a unique kind of station before, but it is. So, if anyone wants a square, they have to get on the red line. If anyone wants a teardrop, they have to be on the purple line. So, yay. Eventually, I think the camera will zoom out and we'll see more of the city and have more space to work with. This sort of river delta kind of thing. Osaka's built in a very awkward place for building a subway. God damn it, why did nature not consider that I might want to build a subway on this site? Curse you. Week 3, you've received a new locomotive. And, oh, we get some choices now. Would I like to have a 4th line, or would I like to have another carriage to put on it? Now, that's an interesting choice to make, because I can have more routes, or I can have more capacity on my existing routes. I will take the extra line, which is now the green line. I don't think I necessarily need it at this moment in time, but it's nice to have that in reserve, I think. I've not tried juggling more than 4 lines, to be honest. That just sounds like a recipe for silliness. That just sounds like that's getting out of hand. Alrighty, let's see. Where do I want to connect that? There, I guess. I guess that kind of works. Sure. We've got 7 stations on the red and 6 on the purple. Alright, it's fairly balanced. I'm guessing that extra carriage probably wants to go on the red line, just to keep up with capacity there. I still have 2 spare locomotives. I could put another one on the purple and red lines each. I think that one on the blue line is probably doing just fine. Doing just dandy. I'm tempted to put those locomotives on, because you can pick them up and just like, yeah, I can move them around. You can reallocate resources later on. With the exception of stuff like upgrading the stations to interchanges, I couldn't find a way to remove that. My first reaction was like, oh, that station looks kind of busy, and I plonked it on, and it turned out that station was not busy in the slightest, and it was a really bad choice to make that one into an interchange. So, yeah, that didn't work. Okay, I guess our blue line is getting kind of busy now. Oh, God! I can't get to that station. I genuinely can't get to that station because I haven't got the tunnels. Oh God, Osaka, you're a terrible city. Who built this city? I don't think there's any good way to get to that without making like 2 tunnels. There's no way to get to this one. It's on an island without making a tunnel. Through here? No. No. Okay, alright, I guess that's like the only way to get to that. Ew, this is nasty. That kind of works, I suppose. Different cities are very awkward, yeah, okay. So I'm not sure how to get to that one in the slightest. I guess I could remove a bunch of this and then just say that goes to there. That still only uses the 1 tunnel. Oh yeah, I only ever used 1 tunnel in the first place, but it would allow me to bring that way. Suddenly that's considerably less efficient. That's not going to work as well as it did. But that's like the only way I can actually link all the stations. That I can immediately see anyway. So, oh yeah, now see this triangle station here, that one's now way too many people trying to get to the square station. I think this train should probably alleviate the problem, but you get this little circle countdown timer that's like, if this bar fills up, if this fills up all the way, you're gonna have problems. Fortunately, it's a big old train and it can fill everybody that wants to be on it can get on it. And they're all going to go to there. And everybody's happy. Oh God, I've got another one up here. Oh no. So if I wanted to go that way, that would work. I can link that onto that station or leave it off. Can remove, hang on, there and off. So you get this line through that says, oh yeah, it bypasses the station. It runs through here, but it's not actually connected to that station. Do I want to connect it on there? I probably don't, actually. But I shall see. I shall see how that one works. Because the next station on both tracks is a triangle. I can't see any point in them having quite so many connected triangles. It's mostly just going to... If I have that station on there, it's mostly going to delay the blue line. With no added real benefit, to be honest. Logistically speaking, I feel like that one would be interesting to add to the red line, but the red line's also... I've still got 2 trains there, I should really be thinking about adding them to stuff. Alright, so the blue line I think is going to get an extra train. Depending on which station you put it on determines its initial direction, so if I put it on that way it's going to head eastbound, if I put it on that one it's going to head westbound. You could pop it on there westbound, that's probably going to be useful because there's a big station full of people that needs relieving. The red line is... still really busy, actually. Red line is becoming my main line. Let's throw another one on this way. This one's the one I'm concerned about, but this train should clear it out pretty soon. Given that I've just added a bunch of capacity to red, I'm not going to feel too bad about adding that to that. And I feel like it's probably the more useful solution. Anybody getting on at that station on the blue line would have to wait till there before they could get off anywhere useful, because it's a circle station. They would be wanting to go to a triangle, or square, or teardrop. Yeah. To be able to get to a triangle, you actually want that on the red line. See, I'm thinking about these things a little bit now. I am actually giving some consideration to this, which I wasn't initially. Hooray, I've got another train. I can have a carriage or a line. I would like more tunnels in this city, if I'm honest. In London, I wasn't too concerned about buying loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of tunnels. In this one, the amount of rivers, I want so many tunnels. I really do. I can have another line or I can have another carriage. I still haven't used my 4th line. I'll take the carriage. I can contemplate where I would like another line to go, but quite frankly, it's not going to go very far without any tunnels. It really isn't. I suppose the thought occurs that whilst I'm here, I could just remove all the lines and design everything from scratch and say, go again! I'm tempted to do that. I wonder if I can. I need to go through all the stations. There we go. Okay, so that doesn't exist anymore. I don't think you'd be able to do this in real life. I don't think many city planners would let you get away with just redesigning the entire city. Are we okay? And then there's these little sort of ghosts of lines that are now... Oh, this is where those trains need to go. Alright, so let's take the red line. The new red line is... Yeah, okay, let's run it through here. I'm using up, like, all the tunnels just doing this. How many tunnels have I got? 5 remaining. That's a lot of tunnels. Okay. So there we go. Through there, through there, 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 through there. Okay. That's 1. Actually, I don't mind having this here. That's reasonable. And then we've got blue line and... I've got no tunnels left? What? How many did I use? 1, 2. 1, 2. It said I had 5 tunnels before, didn't it? And I've only used... Is this a tunnel? Is this a tunnel? Looks like it could potentially be a tunnel, or is that just... I think it's just deceptive because the locomotive behind it is confusing. Oh, that must presumably be a tunnel. It's just a very tiny tunnel, I guess. So let me remove this. Let me remove that. I do want to connect it to this. So how many tunnels we got? 1 left. And then when I connect it to that, yeah, that is a tunnel. It doesn't show up on the map as a tunnel because it's such a small area, but it is one. Right. That's not useful because then that means this is still not connected to anything. Damn it! God damn you, Osaka. Seriously. What the heck, Osaka? Right. I want that line to there, to there, to there. I can't connect that to there. I need to break some of these, but these ones are totally isolated on islands. That one's totally isolated on an island. This one, I guess, doesn't need to go... Oh god, that's my green line. I don't want that. I want my purple line. That one, I guess, doesn't have to go through across that one, but that just really makes my life awkward. So that's there. That's using 1 less tunnel. Which lets me put that there. And then I've got a green line, which can go... Where can the green line go? Tell you what, actually, I've got an interesting idea for the green line. Do that, run it along there, go to there, to there, to there, to there. Okay, so the green line in multiple places connects the red and blue lines. The purple line mostly goes out to this island. Whatever the heck is on that island that's of interest, I don't know. Who knows? Presumably people from Osaka know. I don't know. Right. So I've got... I don't know where it's moved my locomotives to. I've got one spare carriage. So let's let those go to their destinations. I guess once the other trains are finished, it's going to distribute them. So green line is probably going to be... Green line is probably going to be the most congested. Oh, there we go. Yes. I've got 1... Let's just have them going in circles. 1 there. So we've got 2 trains on the green line. Where do we want more carriages? Do we want all the carriages on the green line? Potentially? I don't know. I'll let that go for the moment. Just see where the issues are. So I've got the resources to allocate if it turns out I need more carriages on things. Could be that oh, great, it's already adding more things to my route. I'll probably put a carriage on the red one. And I'll probably put a carriage on the blue one, I think. Seems like those might be viable options. I think there is a limit on the number of trains you can put on any given track as well. Oh god, look at this station. This one's crazy. The blue one. Relieve them, blue one. Blue, come to my rescue. Okay, so it's down to 6, so it's not congested anymore. That one actually is. How do I get to that? That's in the worst place. There's still a station at the bottom I've not connected. I need another train, so I'm just going to put 3 on the green line. Where's the other? There's one there. There's one there. Let's put this. I don't know. I kind of want to distribute them fairly evenly, but I don't know how to do that. This is not very evenly, but okay, there we go. Everything is distributed. Get distributed. There? Okay, and... there? I could run the red one down that way as well. Would that be useful? I don't know if it would or not. I'll leave it for the moment. See how that goes. Let's see how this runs. Let's see how this runs. I can speed things up as well. There is, if I hover over the clock, in fact if I click on the clock, there is this. There we go, let's speed things up. This one is going to be my undoing actually, isn't it? Come on. Get to the station, get to the station, get to the station, get to the station. Freedom! God, oh, they all got off there, and then I'm a ruined man. That station is the end of me. Yep, there we go. I don't know quite. I don't know. I don't know how I felt like there was enough capacity on those lines. There was quite a lot of carriages, but it just didn't seem to decrease the problem there. Overcrowding at the station has forced your metro to close. I carried 285 people in 25 days. Yeah, there you go. That's Mini Metro. And seriously, screw everything about building anything in Osaka. Seriously, if engineers who work in Osaka, kudos to you. Wow, I'm impressed because I can't do that. No, absolutely not. There we go. So, as I say, it's still early access, so there's more to come, including stuff like sound. Sound would be nice. One nice touch, I don't know if it would be overcomplicating things. I do feel like it would be nice if some of the stations had names just rather than generic symbols. I don't know, if you could just sort of, I don't know, create names that sound vaguely like the places that they're in. So if you have London, if you have some vaguely British-sounding station names, Paris some vaguely French-sounding names, I don't know. I mean, that might be a lot of work, I have no idea, but... And again, it might be overcomplicating what is clearly intended to be a very, very simple game, but I just feel like that would be a nice touch to have. But that's just me. But there you go, that is Mini Metro. That's a quirky little title that I'm kind of digging. So thank you very much for watching, I've been Meroka, I shall see you next time.